takes like that. We set everything up, and then everybody has to run out the room.
Because I'm like naked-ish. So I was like, all these guys need to leave.
That's fair.
Heartbreaker, no emotional strings, then take my heart and rip it up.
Hey friends, it's your girl, Emily Curl, and today we are here in our Frame by Frame segment. We are talking about the song and the music video for Heartbreaker. We're joined from the artist of this song. We've got DaniLeigh here with us. DaniLeigh, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
We're going to dive in. And of course, we have the directors of the music video, Max and Madison, are joining us today. So nice to see you both. I get excited when I see your names on a project. I know it's going to be good. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Let's dive in. We're talking about Heartbreaker. We've picked our favorite frames. This is our frame by frame. We're going to go behind the scenes, see some of the pivotal moments of the music video. But let's start with a general overview. Tell me, how did you three originally get connected, and what was the idea behind the music video?
I had gotten a lot of different treatments, and their treatment won. Simple as that. Honestly, I just loved how they presented it and just their energy. I got on a call with them too, so it was just really good energy. So I just felt like we're gonna create something really dope, and we did. Like, even to the choreography, I feel like they helped me with the choreography. Like, usually people don't know about dance, and I feel like they were like, "We want you to get on the floor, do this." And I was like, "Okay." It was like, cool.
Oh, that's so interesting. So Max and Madison, do you guys have a dancing background? Is that something that you're keen to?
No, I mean, I think like the biggest thing is probably like high school, like musicals. Like, that's like, as far as my knowledge at least. But you know, Dani is such a beautiful artist in the way she communicates like her expression through her body. We knew that she could do anything.
On that note, let's go ahead and dive into our first frame that we have. Set the scene for us. I mean, we have this moment, right? This location. Talk to us a little bit about why we wanted to start in this area to really set the tone for the music video.
I mean, we always had this vision of, you know, just really epic starting out. Dani walking in to this space. It's empty. It looks like, you know, she moved out. The house that we actually found ended up being perfect for this video because you know, as you can see there, she's walking in from the kitchen into like this living room area. But just like the feel of it, like all the accents into the house, like everything just kind of built this scene that just like made it just feel like, okay, like something cool is about to happen, you know?
And a lot of cool things happen.
Yeah.
Let's toss to you for a second, because I mean, the song is stunning, but the choreography you mentioned it's so raw. It feels vulnerable. Tell me a little bit about the creative behind that and how it sort of matched the vibe of this song for you.
It was really cool. It was a challenge-ish for me because I haven't really like super choreographed anything by myself, for myself, in a long time. So it was dope to like just go to a studio and like lock in for a couple hours and just focus on just creating something. So it was cool. I put all my phones away and just started dancing. And the process for me, I actually like filmed myself. So every time I would just kind of like freestyle, and then I kind of like just went back and watched it on my phone, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. So then I literally would pause it sometimes on like a certain pose or something where I'm like, ooh, I need to like just live in that moment longer. So no, it was cool. It was really fun. Like,
interesting. And how long was that prep? How long did it take you to really master that choreography before you shot the video?
I did it in 2 rehearsals. So I did, yeah.
Doing the whole thing in 2 rehearsals? Oh yeah. My God. I can like barely do a yoga pose, and like I've taken yoga for a year. 2 rehearsals, that's insane.
Yeah, I did like the first half of the choreography, like the first section in this room, first day, and then the second day I did the second half of the outside.
Oh, that's incredible. And let's talk a little bit about the filming too. Let's jump to our next frame. We see some really cool transitions. I love this moment with the curtain, and then we kind of see, you know, back into the room. Really beautiful. Talk to me a little bit about the logistics behind this. What cameras did you guys use? How did you sort of incorporate these different things into the music video?
A lot of this comes from the brain of Max. Like, we were filming in this room, and you know, as the video goes on, it's like there's a scene where she's kind of like stripping back the layers and like going back to like kind of like the core of herself. And we were transitioning from shots, and Dani kind of like stood by the curtain and the the wall and was like doing this pose, and Max was like, grab the camera, we need to do this. And it's like, he will have these moments where it just kind of like sparks an idea that evolves into like, this is something that's going to add a little something extra to the video. And a lot of those shots in those rooms were shot like on a steady cam, so that we could really just like highlight how fluid she is, like, and how fluid Dani is like with her movements.
It's really cool working with Dani, because we were talking from the very beginning about transitions and wanting to, just like kind of use like her / like what's there to like make these like cool transitions. So when I saw that and I saw like she was like messing with the curtain, I was like, oh, that's a perfect way to kind of transition already. And it's funny because I was thinking like, okay, if we can find a way to make it work in the edit so that this could transition into the choreo, then that would be perfect. And thankfully it did work out that way. So
let's go to our next frame, because this was a really, really cool moment. This removal, we can see Dani in the living room by herself. Talk to me a little about this shot. Tell me your creative process behind this one.
Originally, we had kind of played around with the idea of like straight overhead. But this version actually, we thought you could see more of the accents of the room. You could see like kind of like everything.
And it also kind of like speaks to how Dani is like, she is by herself in this room.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't want it to be like she's like performing to the camera. It's really like she's like alone in her thoughts, and like this is like the outward expression of like that contemplation in those thoughts.
Yeah, it's interesting, that double meaning that you can see through the visuals. Dani, let's go back to you for a second. When you first saw that creative treatment, I know you originally were like, okay, this is the one. What about it made you realize, okay, this is what I want. This is how I wanted to pick this song for me?
I think it was just like the rawness of it all. Like it just felt very natural and it wasn't too much. At first I wanted like a super like crazy, like high budget, like just wild type video. But then like thinking about the song, I was like, wait, no, we should like make it just so like natural. That's why I wore my natural curly hair too. Like we just wanted it to feel so like raw and like I'm in my feelings. Like we could just, no distractions. Like it didn't really need much. It was like simple is sometimes like always better. So
yeah. And as far as the crew goes, like when it's a simple set, is it a simple crew? Did you have like a small amount of people on set, or was it actually a lot to make it look simple?
I mean, we had a pretty decent sized crew. We had a normal, to big sized crew, but for takes like that, we set everything up and then everybody has to run out the room,
Yeah.
Oh, really? So it's like a closed set when you shoot?
Yeah.
For sure. Do you always prefer your sets like that, Dani?
I mean, it was just more so because I'm like naked-ish. So I was like, all these guys need to leave.
That's fair.
Yeah. But if it was like, if I was wearing something different, I probably would have been okay.
Yeah, but you're right. It is a little more intimate. Let's talk about the dancing for a second. Let's jump to our next frame. Again, we see some power moves here. I can't believe now knowing that you did this in 2 days is so impressive. What was this like, Dani, like training for this? Or did the moves come pretty easily?
I mean, I guess so. I knew I wanted to really like showcase my technique because I feel like everybody knows I'm a dancer, but they've never seen me actually do like technical movements. It's always like more hip hop and stuff. So, incorporating a split, I don't even know how the chair push away thing happened, like, which was so cool. Like,
Dani definitely sent that to us on day one, like of her in the studio rehearsing. And we both looked at each other like every time we would get an update in the text, like Madison and I would like look at each other like, ooh, and start to get
this is good.
Like, just totally start geeking out,
We wanted to really like get up and close and like see like Dani was saying, like showing like the technicality. Like I can't do a full split like that. Like I want people to be jealous. Like
I'm so impressed.
And see like the physicality of like her as like a real dancer and just like the power she has in her body, but we also didn't want to be like so on top of her where you get things cut off. We wanted to see those full expressions of like the kicks, the full split, and the way it opens up, the way she falls down to the floor and the emotion of her hair flipping. So being on steady and like being able to do that push and pull, and like there'd be times that like Max would be like kind of standing next to the steady cam op and be like, all right, let's go in close. All right, like roll back a little bit, so it's kind of like a delicate dance, ironically. Like as you film a dancer. So,
well, let's jump to our next frame because I want to get into a few more other transitions. This was such a cool moment. I mean, an amazing shot, an amazing transition until we see this red.
So this is actually isn't in the final version of the video anymore.
It's not.
At first, when we did do that transition, like we were like super juiced about it, but now like seeing the full dance play out from the perspective that's in the final video, I'm way more happy with like where we landed.
The way it is now.
Yeah.
I thought it did look better to finish the movement, like you said. Even that transition was so raw, but I just feel like it was better to just see the full pose and everything. Like,
I totally agree. I totally agree.
you don't lose anything.
It's crazy because we did this yesterday, so you guys are constantly making changes. Still,
it's
is it finalized now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's exciting. Let's jump to our next frame. Let's talk about this outside moment because again, this is stunning. Danny, the styling, the camera work, the angles. I mean, I feel like this is just a whole mood and we see this progress from inside to outside. Let's start with the creative behind this. Why did we want to start here after we've just been inside?
The real inspiration from this was the Michael Jackson like in the closet video from the 90s with Naomi Campbell. And the reason why we love that is because that music video, it's really just like seeing their bodies like in motion, the hard light and shadows. And there's something that's so like timeless and like sensual and sexy and like raw about it. And so we come from this moment where like Danny is like completely stripped down and vulnerable and she's like kind of letting things go. And then this is like the rebirth of like kind of like the phoenix, like from the ashes of like, I'm even better than where I was before. It's like, I left that in that old place. I left that in that old room. And now I'm like, I'm out flourishing like amongst, nature, amongst the sun. And I'm like fully 100% myself.
That's powerful. I mean,
Right.
And Danny, knowing that concept in the back of your mind, and again, knowing the song so intimately, when you're on set, what is going through your head? Are you mentally in that place?
Yeah, I mean, they explained this to me too, like while I was choreographing, to just like get in that mode where the first half is more stripped, more vulnerable. This is more of a powerful moment. So it definitely, I think even the outfits, the scenery kind of like put me in that place more too, just like feeling that way. I feel like you can see that in this setting. So it was cool, such a great inspo too, like Naomi Campbell and Michael Jackson, like, and it's crazy. I showed the CEO of Def Jam when we first got the rough, and he was like, "Oh, this is like," he said it right away. This is giving me Naomi Campbell. I was like, "That was the."
I knew. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. So it was really cool to like, he got it right away. Just so it's like, okay, we did good.
Well, we have one last frame for you all. I want to talk about this, and I actually think this is my favorite shot in the entire music video. But the dancing is gorgeous. But again, the shadow work we see, the playing around with lights, I always think is so cool. Tell me a little bit about this one.
So crazy. I didn't even like, sorry, just to compliment you guys, like the whole transition into the shadow, like reflection was just crazy. We didn't plan that at all. I don't even know how you guys did that. Like you probably saw that shot and was like, oh, yeah.
Was that an on-the-spot decision?
Was I even doing the choreography in the thing, or was I just freestyling?
No, you were. Yeah, you were
Oh,
actually doing the choreo, and this was like one of maybe a third or fourth take. And because it was there and we already got the choreo and felt good with it, I had told the Steadicam, like, yo, go over to the shadow and shoot that and then like move backwards. So that's how that happened. Cause I think I remember we told you to take like a step back, because like in the very beginning of it, it was like you were cut off a little bit and we were like, take a step back, and then you were perfectly in the shadow. And we were like, yo.
Right.
So this outdoor spot, how many times, Danny, did you do this sequence? Like you mentioned, to get that perspective, how many times were you guys doing this dance?
This was a more like longer shot that we did. Like we knocked out the first half of the video pretty fast, and then we went outside for a minute. I don't know, I probably did that choreography like about 10, 13 times or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 10 times, yeah.
It's gotta be a workout.
Yeah, and I was
that's what we were concerned about, because it was also not just a workout, it was also warm,
Yeah.
So,
And her feet.
in my feet. That was the only thing. It was like barefoot and rocks.
Was that I couldn't tell if that was sand or rocks. Was it rocky?
Like little
rocks.
tiny pebbles, yeah.
Rocks.
So you were braving all the elements to get this shot in.
Yeah, gotta do it for the shot.
Madison will tell you, I was so nervous. Like, I kept pulling Madison to the side, like, yo, like, should we just change her and put her in white shoes or anything? I'm like, I don't. And then she came outside and stood on it. She was like, oh, yeah, this isn't bad. And we were like, yeah, all right. All right.
So by the end of that, Danny, were your feet tore up or they were okay?
They were pretty like ashy. Yeah.
They were rough. Well, listen, the sacrifice was worth it. Let me just say, congratulations to you guys. Heartbreaker. It really is incredible. So beautiful to watch. Danny, congrats on this song. Max and Madison on this video.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Of course. And before we let you guys go, Max and Madison, let's start with you. What else can we look forward to from you this year? I love seeing you guys, by the way. So hopefully we'll see more frame by frames.
You were our first interview, so like it's nice to like be able to come back again and like talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Do you have a lot more on the docket? What's going on this year?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're just grinding, you know. I mean, you know, for us, you never know what you can expect, you know. I mean, we always have our hands in a bunch of different things, but you know, we're just grinding, you know. We're going to be putting out more music videos. We're going to be working on a short film, you know, so you know, there's a lot of things that we're excited about. But
Trying
this
it all.
one definitely in particular, we're super excited for this video.
We're definitely gonna work again. So I'm sure you'll see some
Oh,
more.
yeah.
We need that. This is such a good team. We need that. We need more of this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is family now. Like you part of the show.
I want to get in that group text, okay? I want to get into like dance videos.
We're like, oh.
Okay, but Danny, let's go to you for a minute. What else can we expect from you? What can we look forward to? Give us the full rundown of everything.
I'm about to go on tour in September, starting September 8th. So that'll be fun for about a month and some change. And then just start working on the album, pretty much. Probably drop a couple more singles coming up as well before the year ends. And then, yeah, top of the year, more the album, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Anything you can tell us about the album so far?
I have a couple of like album cut records that I know I'm going to use for sure. So I'm just excited. We'll see how it comes out though, because like I feel like it always changes, and you know, making sure it's cohesive, and you know, picking the order, picking the tracks, like just, you know, it's a whole process. But that's definitely coming next, and yeah.
I love it. Well, we're so excited for you guys. Congratulations again. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time with us for our iHeart's Frame by Frame. So good to see you guys.
You too. Thank you.
And of course, thank you all for watching. Make sure you stream the music video for Heartbreaker. It's out now, and we'll see you next time for our next Frame by Frame. Bye, guys. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.